Henry in year 4. Hope you're all well, keeping busy and not too bored. We're trying our best here, aren't we, Rusty? This is my best friend, Rusty, and he's keeping me good company. And he's just loving having us home, and I'm sure your family's feeling the same, that this is a great opportunity to spend a little bit more time together. So I hope you're keeping up with your reading. And Rusty and I thought we'd share a book with you today, so you could just settle down and relax and enjoy it without having to think about the words. Horrid Henry Gets Rich Quick. I hope you enjoy it. Settle down and here we go. Okay guys, here we go. Horrid Henry Gets Rich Quick by Francesca Simon. Chapter 1. Horrid Henry loved money. He loved counting money. He loved holding money. He loved spending money. There was only one problem. Horrid Henry never had any money. He sat on his bedroom floor and rattled his empty skeleton bank. How his mean parents expected him to get by on 50p a week pocket money, he would never know. It was so unfair. Why should they have all the money when there were so many things he needed, like comic books, Whopper chocolate bars, a new football, more knights for his castle? Horrid Henry looked around his room scowling. True, his shelves were filled with toys, but nothing he still wanted to play with. Mum! Stop shouting, Henry. If you have something to say, come downstairs and say it. I need more pocket money, said Henry. Rolf gets £1 a week. Well, different children get different amounts, said Mum. I think 50p a week is perfectly adequate. Well, I don't, said Henry. I'm very happy with my pocket money, Mum, said Perfect Peter. I always save loads from my 30p. After all, if you look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. Quite right, Peter, said Mum, smiling. Henry walked slowly past Peter. When Mum wasn't looking, he reached out and grabbed him. He was a giant crab crushing a prawn in its claws. Ow! Henry pinched me. I did not, said Henry. No pocket money for a week, Henry, said Mum. That's not fair, howled Henry. I need money. Well, you'll just have to save more, said Mum. No, shouted Henry. He hated saving money. Then you'll have to find a way to earn some, said Mum. Chapter 2. Earn money? Suddenly Henry had a brilliant, fantastic idea. Mum, can I set up a stall and sell some stuff I don't want? Well, like what? You know, old toys, comics, games, things I don't use anymore. Mum hesitated for a moment. She couldn't think of anything wrong with selling off old junk. All right, said Mum. Oh, can I help Henry? Said Peter. No way, said Henry. Oh, please, said Peter. Don't be horrid, Henry. Let Peter help you, said Mum, or no stall. OK, said Henry, scowling. You can make the for sale signs. Chapter 3. Horrid Henry ran to his bedroom and piled his unwanted jumble into a box. He cleared the shelves of books, his wardrobe of party clothes, and his toy box of puzzles with pieces missing. Then Horrid Henry paused. To make big money, he definitely needed a few more valuable items. Now where to find some? Henry crept into Peter's room. He could sell Peter's stamp collection or his nature kit. Nah, thought Horrid Henry. No one would want that boring stuff. Then Henry glanced inside Mum and Dad's room. It was packed with rich pickings. Henry sauntered over to Mum's dressing table. Look at all that perfume, thought Henry. She wouldn't miss one bottle. He chose a large crystal one with a swan-shaped stopper and packed it into the box. Now what other jumble could he find? Aha! There was Dad's tennis racket. Dad never played tennis. That racket was just lying there collecting dust, and it could go to a much better home. Perfect, thought Henry, adding the racket to his collection. Then he staggered out onto the pavement to set up the display. Chapter 4. Horrid Henry surveyed his stall. It was piled high with great bargains. He should make a fortune. But Henry, said Peter, looking up from drawing a sign, that's Dad's tennis racket. Are you sure he wants to sell it? Of course I'm sure, stupid, snapped Henry. If only he could get rid of his horrible brother, wouldn't life be perfect? Then Horrid Henry looked at Peter. What was it the Romans did with their leftover captives? He thought. He looked again. He thought. Peter, said Henry sweetly, how would you like to earn some money? Oh, yes, said Peter. How? We could sell you as a slave. Peter thought for a moment. How much would I get? 10 pence, said Henry. Wow, said Peter. That means I'll have £6.47 in my piggy bank. Can I wear a for sale sign? Certainly, said Horrid Henry. He scribbled for sale £5 and then placed the sign around Peter's neck. Now look smart, said Henry. I see some customers come in. What's going on? Said Moody Margaret. Yeah, Henry, what you doing? Said Sour Susan. I'm having a jumble sale, said Henry. Lots of bargains. All the money raised will go to a very good cause. What's that? Children in need, said Henry. I'm a child, and I'm certainly in need, so that's true, he thought. Moody Margaret picked up a punctured football. Bargain? This is just a load of old junk. No, it isn't, said Henry. Look. Puzzles, books, perfume, stuffed toys, and a slave. Moody Margaret looked up. I could use a good slave, said Margaret. I'll give you 25p for him. 25p for an excellent slave? He's worth at least £1.50. Make a mussel, slave, said Moody Margaret. Perfect Peter made a mussel. Said Margaret. 50p's my final offer. Done, said Henry. Why'd he never thought of selling Peter before? How come I get 10p when I cost 50p, said Peter. Shopkeeper expenses, said Henry. Now run along with your new owner. Business was brisk. Excuse me. Rude Rolf bought some football cards. Sour Susan bought Best Bear and Mum's perfume. Beefy Bert bought a racing car with 3 wheels, and then Aerobic Al jogged by. "Oh, cool racket," he said, picking up Dad's racket and giving it a few swings. £10, said Henry. "I'll give you £2, said Al. £2? That was more money than Horrid Henry had ever had in his life. He was rich. "Done," said Henry. I'm going to finish here. Okay, that's the end of part 1. And then if you click onto part 2, we'll carry on and see how the story goes. Okay? See you in a moment.